Word on the curb is that Young Miami has straight up fled the country just as the feds confirmed that none other than Gina Huynh is now officially their star witness. So what's really going on behind the scenes? Why is Gina suddenly the key player in all this mess? And why did Caresha vanish like that? Okay, so things just took a major left turn in the whole Diddy case. Like the type of twist that has everybody gasping. After weeks of folks guessing and gossiping, the feds finally spilled some of the tea. And guess who's their star witness? Gina Huynh. The one with all that messy history with Diddy and that never-ending tension with Young Miami. This is getting personal, and best believe it's getting petty. And listen, people are saying this might actually be what takes Diddy down for real. Meanwhile, Young Miami is out here spiraling. And honestly, who wouldn't be? But first things first, day one of Diddy trial. Word from inside the courtroom is that these testimonies are so raw, people are literally holding their breath hearing them.
Cassie Ventura, officially done for the day, officially done with her testimony. She is expected to give birth any day now, according to her attorney. One of the big things that just came out is that she said she would give the $20 million settlement back.
At this point, it's looking real grim for Diddy. Like actual prison time grim. From what we're hearing, this case is already shaping up to be one of the most chaotic federal trials in forever. And it's only heating up. Right now, everything's going down in Manhattan and the whole setup is locked down tight. Like, no phones, no leaks, just high security and a stacked witness list that has reporters scrambling and the internet guessing. Then boom. On May 13th, 2025, Cassie pulled up, and when we tell you she walked into that courtroom very pregnant, like visibly ready to pop pregnant, that wasn't just an entrance, that was a statement. And sis didn't hold back. She got up there and dropped some of the most gut-wrenching testimony we've heard yet. We're talking about years of alleged control, explosive behavior, emotional abuse, and yes, those disturbing freak-off stories made their way into her statement too. It got dark, real dark. The whole room went dead silent, like everyone could feel the weight of what she was saying.
We're also getting a look tonight at some of the photo evidence the jury saw in this case, depicting injuries, drugs, and baby oil. Yes, the infamous baby oil we have heard so much about.
Also getting a look tonight, Cassie didn't just tell her story, she exposed a whole pattern. She painted Diddy as a man who used his fame, money, and power to control and break people, emotionally, physically, all of it. She testified about being beaten in hotel rooms, having her phone smashed, her career micromanaged, and being used like some kind of possession. Y'all, this wasn't just some juicy headline. It had the jury locked in, and then it got even heavier. Cassie broke down crying on the stand while they played footage, that 2016 hotel video that CNN leaked. But apparently, the stuff shown in court was even worse. Like, so disturbing that even Diddy seemed to realize he was done. His lawyers tried brushing it off, saying it was inhumane, not criminal. But come on now, the damage was already done. That video showed a man violently assaulting the woman who once loved him. It's gotten so dark in that courtroom, jurors are being reminded over and over to stay neutral. But with the kind of testimony and evidence being presented, baby, the tension is thick. The prosecution didn't hold back. They came for Diddy's neck, saying Cassie wasn't the only one. There were others. Women who were beaten, coerced, manipulated, all part of a long-running pattern. Now, the defense? They're trying hard to flip the script, saying this whole case is really just about messy breakups, cheating, and money. They even questioned why Cassie kept the explicit videos being used as evidence, trying to throw shade on her motives. Meanwhile, Cassie's husband, Alex Fine, came through to support her, but had to leave when 2018 allegations got brought up. Turns out he might be called as a witness too. And y'all, we're just getting started. Cassie's expected to stay on the stand for 3 days. 3 whole days of bombshells. And to the folks still asking, well, why didn't she just leave? She answered that loud and clear. She said she didn't feel safe, that she knew what Diddy was capable of. Guns, threats, control. So, yeah, that's why. The trial's moving fast, and the vibe in that courtroom is tense. Diddy's team is fighting to shut it all down, but these testimonies, they're piling up and painting a damning picture. And guess what? More witnesses are coming. The prosecution has been super hush-hush, but word is, more women are lined up and ready to talk. Now here's where it gets even messier. The streets are saying Gina Huynh is stepping up as another star witness. If she gets on that stand, it's a wrap, because the tea she's sitting on might just be the match that burns this whole thing down. We already know her history with Diddy is complicated, and her beef with Young Miami. If Gina lets it all out in court, Young Miami might be in for the shock of her life. So let's talk about Miss Gina Huynh, the woman who could blow this whole case wide open. Gina isn't just some ex. She was deep in the mix. She met Diddy back in the early 2000s during his wild party boy phase, and unlike the others, she stuck around. Word is they got official in 2015. Gina wasn't just a fling. She was the ghost girlfriend in Chanel. Gina wasn't your typical industry jump-off. Diddy kept her close while still flaunting other women. Young Miami, Cassie, even Kim Porter were all visible. But Gina was the one behind the scenes, chilling on jets, flashing designer bags, and living what folks are now calling that bad boy soft life. She was loyal, low-key, and always hanging around just long enough to be spotted, but never confirmed. That girl was basically the soft launch queen of Diddy's lineup. And word on the curb, she stayed so long because Diddy made sure she was well taken care of, period. Now listen, things got real shady when people started connecting the dots. Diddy hard-launched Gina in 2015, but wasn't he still with Cassie then? And Cassie already said in court that Diddy was two-timing her with Kim Porter during that time. Sis described the whole relationship as a community boyfriend situation, sharing man, money, and even trauma. So yeah, Gina's involvement? It wasn't just a random hookup. She was allegedly deep in the mix, overlapping relationships and catching luxury flights while drama brewed in every direction. Then came May 2022, and Gina flipped the whole internet over with one cheek kiss pic. Diddy was in the middle of that dating but single thing with Young Miami, and here comes Gina with the bombshell post. That picture set blogs on fire, and of course Miami was not having it. She jumped on Twitter and started taking shot after shot. From that moment on, Gina versus Miami went from subtle shade to World War petty. It was a full-on Instagram versus Twitter brawl. Memes, subtweets, deleted posts, and all. Gina even mocked Miami after it came out that Diddy had a baby with Dana Tran, throwing heavy shade. Despite the mess, Diddy kept both ladies around. No lies. He was out here playing ringmaster while Miami subtweeted. Gina posted and deleted, and Dana was somewhere pushing a stroller. The whole setup was like one of those chaotic reality shows, but in real life and with real consequences. If the rumors are true and Gina Huynh is stepping into that courtroom, this is not just a messy love triangle anymore. This is about to turn Diddy's old situationships into courtroom testimonies. And Gina? Oh, she knows everything. We're talking the parties, the girls, the behind-the-scenes power plays, and whatever else Diddy didn't want leaking. She's been around for years. She's seen too much. And now the feds might be ready to use everything she knows. And if she really spills, Young Miami might be in for a rude awakening too. Because this drama's about to hit multiple homes in every blog. This could be the final domino to fall in a saga that's already drowning in allegations, tapes, and trauma. I mean, we're talking about a woman who's been around longer than Miami and came after Cassie. So that means she witnessed the full transition from one Diddy era to the next. She knows exactly how the machine runs, who played what role, and where the bodies, figuratively speaking, were buried. If Cassie lit the match, then Gina's walking in with a gas can and a flamethrower. And let's not forget, after things ended between her and Diddy, just move on quietly. She started dragging him, calling him out for being emotionally abusive, and even accused him of comparing her to Cassie like she was just some replacement.
Names like, he would call me a hoe every single day.
A hoe?
Yeah.
Now here's where it gets darker. There's speculation floating around that Diddy put his hands on her and even forced her to terminate not one, but 2 pregnancies. And if that's true, then this isn't just mess. It's straight up horror.
I told him, and he was like, you're gonna get an abortion, right? And then I was like, I don't know. I don't know yet. And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but
insiders claim she didn't just walk away with Chanel bags. She walked away with receipts. And we're not talking a couple texts and selfies. We're talking behind-the-scenes intel. Who was at those infamous parties? Who got paid to shut up? Who came, who saw, and who did the most? And just how much Young Miami actually knew. And if Gina starts singing in court, no NDA on this earth is going to save Diddy from that level of exposure. Because once it's under oath, it's game over. Now about Miami, she's reportedly shook. And honestly, who wouldn't be? Imagine beefing with a girl over a man only for that same girl to end up with the mic in a federal courtroom. That's not just a loss, it's a reputation crasher. Especially if Gina names names, drops dates, and talks about overlapping relationships, sneaky payments, and industry cover-ups. The blast radius won't just touch Diddy, it'll hit Miami's public image too. All those perks and flexes she built her brand on, they could go poof. Because no matter how many tweets she fires off, the feds ain't scrolling her timeline for context. They want facts. So yeah, this isn't just some petty tea. This is a full-blown reckoning. Gina stepping into court isn't about clout. It's about years of being ignored, disrespected, and called pressed finally flipping into power. If she actually gets up on that stand and starts talking, Diddy's legacy is toast. But here's the twist. Word is, victim 3, who we think is Gina, has been flip-flopping. First, she had cold feet. Then last week, she was all in, reportedly ready to testify under her real name. Now this week, silence. The judge hasn't heard back from her at all, and this comes just 2 days after she told them she wanted to speak. It's giving second thoughts or maybe external pressure. Either way, the prosecution already named her their star witness. So if she pulls out now, that could shake the whole case. So now, we have to wait. This saga is far from over. We're watching history unfold and we're not even at the climax yet. But do you think Gina's about to be Diddy's downfall, or is she just bluffing for the headlines? And what about young Miami? Is she sticking around for love, loyalty, or luxury? Or is she already plotting her exit while the block's still hot?